Hey guys, Justin here. I usually get on a day hike at least once a week, and today I'm going to talk about all the gear that I bring on those trips. Day hiking is really accessible and a ton of fun, but there are a few things you need to consider with your gear in order to stay safe out there. Where I am in the Canadian Rockies, there are dozens of rescues every single week, which is crazy. And most of those rescues are because people are unprepared for getting out into the mountains. And today I'm gonna go over every piece of gear that I bring out when I go on day hikes, and hopefully that helps you be more prepared when you're getting after a big hike. The gear I'm gonna talk about today is for simpler hikes, not involving any scrambling or major climbing, and no ice or snow. If you're interested in any of the gear that I talk about today, I'll put links in the video description, as well as links to review to a bunch of the gear that I've already reviewed in other videos. First things first is the pack that I wear. So I have here the Osprey Syncro 12, so it's a 12-liter pack, and has this really awesome ventilated back on it. It keeps me nice and cool when I'm on the trail. I get really warm when I'm hiking and sweat a lot, so it's nice to have that ventilation. It also doesn't have a very structured hip belt on it, only this nice little thin hip belt here. And I like that, it keeps my hips free so I can get the hips high and step over things really easily. It's also water bladder compatible, and I do use the water bladder in it. I like just having water easily accessible. I don't use a water bladder on multi-day trips because I'm always worried that the hydration bladder is gonna puncture or start leaking, because I have had every single bladder that I've had eventually leak. I do have a backup plan for day hikes, and I'll get into that once I start showing you stuff that's inside the pack. Before I show you what's in my pack, let's talk about what I'm wearing. First up, we have the Outdoor Research Sunrunner hat. It's made of 100% nylon, which I really like. I don't like cotton hats as much because they absorb a ton of water, and polyester hats start to stink a lot. So the 100% nylon really is the sweet spot. And then it also comes with this really cool neck flap thing. So if you want to be extra cool on the trail, you can throw this on and protect your neck and cheeks. I think it's super cool, and it's kind of like a head cape. And then these are my Shady Rays sunglasses to protect the baby blues. I love Shady Rays sunglasses because they have a lifetime warranty, and they'll give you a free pair if you break or lose the pair that you bought from them. And then my shirt here is also an Outdoor Research product. This is their sun shirt. I really like the fact that you can put the hood on to protect yourself if you don't want to wear the really cool neck cape. And then it has long sleeves, protect your arms from sun, as well as a zippered chest here so you can either show off your chest hair or dump heat if you need to. And then for my pants, I'm wearing the Mountain Equipment Co-op Mica 2 pants. So these are made with a stretchy ripstop nylon. They have a gusseted crotch so you can really get a lot of good mobility going. And then they have elastic ankles, which is really important and good where I am up here, because there's a lot of ticks and you want to keep those guys from getting on your skin and biting you. And then in my pant pockets, I keep some SPF Lip Chap. Keep your lips protected from the sun. And then I also have some snacks in the other pocket, just nice and easily accessible so I don't get hangry on the trail. And then moving on down to my feet, I'm wearing 2XU compression socks, as well as Topo TerraVenture 2 shoes. So this is the clothing that I like to wear while hiking. I have a bunch more layers in my bag that we'll go over in a second here, but you don't need super technical clothing to go on a hike. You could hike in a pair of shorts that you have, a t-shirt, and if the trail allows, running shoes. Just make sure that you are dressing for the conditions that you're gonna be hiking in and the trail conditions that you're gonna be hiking on. And the last thing I wanna talk about before we jump into my pack is my watch. So this is the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus watch. I think they're up to like the 6 now or 6 Plus, but I love using this watch for navigation. You can load maps onto it and follow the track, as well as tracking my hikes, how many kilometers I've done, what my heart rate is, what the elevation is that I've done, and a whole bunch of other features. It's just a really cool watch and one of my favorite pieces of gear, and was on my 2019 favorite piece of gear list, which I'll also link in the video description. So now let's talk about what is on and in my pack. First up is bear spray. Where I am, there's bears everywhere, so I always carry bear spray with me. And then on the other side, I carry a Thermarest Z-Seat. So this is a great little item that you can take with you on a day hike and put down on logs to protect your butt from getting wet, as well as just making sitting around more comfortable when you're on the summit eating lunch or taking a break. And then in the front pocket, I keep a Frogg Toggs Ultra-lite 2 rain jacket. So this is just a nice, easy to pack rain jacket, has a hood, is waterproof, and also really affordable at like 20 bucks. I just keep that there so it's easy to grab if it starts to rain. This pack has a bunch of pockets in it. There's 3 different zones in here. So in the top little pocket here, I'll usually keep my wallet, as well as my keys, so I know exactly where they are and don't lose them. Then the middle pocket is the biggest one. and I usually have to undo these side straps in order to get at it. But in here, I keep a Decathlon Trek 100 down jacket, really warm, nice down jacket that I can pull out and throw on if I'm at a summit or it's starting to get chilly. And it's good in case of emergencies as one of those layers to keep you warm if you need it. In this pouch, I also keep my first aid kit. So this is mostly drugs and blister care, nothing super crazy, but just stuff that I've pilfered from other first aid kits. I also keep some toilet paper. You never know when you may have overdosed on Metamucil and it hits you in the middle of a day hike. Usually I'm pretty good about not needing to go on a day hike, but it's always good to keep a little bit around just in case. Also, if you need to blow your nose or someone gets a bloody nose, you just have a little bit of absorbent material there. And I also keep an emergency bivy in there as well. So this is just to keep me warm in case I need to spend the night out on trail or on the mountain. Sometimes emergency services can't get to you until morning, and you need to be able to keep yourself warm and safe until they arrive. And then there's one more pouch where I keep a bunch of other things. In here, just kind of little things. I have a BeFree water filter. So like I was saying, if my water bladder fails on me, I like to have a backup plan. And also if it's a really hot day and I run out of water, I have this in order to filter some more water and stay hydrated. Water is one of the most important things, as well as warmth when you're on the trail, to keep an eye on and make sure you're prepared for. A Nitecore NU25 headlamp, just in case it's shoulder season and maybe I underestimated how long the hike takes. I don't want to be stuck hiking in the dark without a headlamp, so I always have this in my pack, even if I expect to be done in the early afternoon and in daylight. I also keep my Garmin InReach in here. So this is an SOS device as well as a two-way communication device. So if I do get into trouble, I can call for a helicopter or any sort of help using the InReach, as well as I can use it to coordinate meeting up with friends on the trail or let people know that I'm going to be late getting to the trailhead or back home if I don't have cell phone reception. Another really nice feature about the Syncro pack is that it does come with a rain cover too. So if it does start raining, you can just throw this on and protect all of your gear. So that's everything that I bring in my day hike. The two things I think that you should take away from this are be prepared for emergency by having enough water and water capabilities like a filter in order to filter water, as well as layers and emergency warmth in case you do have to spend some time out on the trail longer than you expected. If you're not prepared to spend the night out on the trail waiting for a rescue, then stay closer home on a well-traveled trail and on a trail that you may be familiar with. Make sure you let people know where you're going and when you're gonna be home. If you're interested in my multi-day backpacking gear list, I'll post that right up there. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.